How's it going, everyone? Today we're back over here on 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, and I'm going to be jumping into the disaster battle for you guys. Now, this just launched with Camila, and it's pretty fun so far. It can be difficult, especially for what I'm going to be doing in this video. It can be a little difficult, but if you know what you're doing, it's not that big of a deal as well. Now, I can't really do extreme to the effect of what I'm trying to do right now, which is to do it solo. I was able to complete hard on solo the first time I did it, so I'm going to be jumping back into it and trying to complete it again on solo when it comes to the hard difficulty, because I think that that's pretty cool. The extreme difficulty, definitely not for me to be able to do that on solo, because you do need over 200,000 cc, and I only have about 170k, so doing it with a friend isn't too bad. Now, I didn't really want to do that because I feel like a lot of people are already doing that, so I wanted to do like a solo kind of one, even if it is only on hard. But the extreme one's not too bad if you and your teammate know what you're doing, which is just taking away the buffs from Camila by attacking at least 5 times or more, and that's very good to go ahead and get rid of all the buffs, and then she won't really be hurting you too much. So that's pretty simple for that. But for this, we're going to be doing solo, so let's go ahead and jump into the boss. So the team I'm going to be taking is composed of Blue Demon Melly, Lilia, Goddess Liz, and Escanor's there in the back. But I'll be explaining why I'm taking this team. This is the team I used the first time. It's not perfect by any means. I would recommend switching out maybe 1 or 2 units, but I do think that this is still okay to go ahead and do. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump in to the disaster battle for Camila. So I actually really like that they have Camila as the boss this time around, because I think she's cool as a character. As a unit, don't use her too often, but she's pretty cool still. I have her about 5, 6, I believe, because I was very lucky during her banner. Same with Matrona. I have her at like 4, 6, 5, 6 around there. And Matrona, speaking of, is a very good character that I feel like you could go ahead and bring on this, because her level 2 skill does get rid of the buffs that Camila might have if you're attacking, which is very important if you're doing this solo, I feel like, because you're not going to be able to attack her enough times to go ahead and remove the buff. As I stated, if you attack her up to about 5 times, on the 5th attack she should lose all her buffs, which is good because then she won't be doing too much to you. But because I'm doing this solo, I can only attack 3 times per turn, so that means I'm gonna have to tank some hits, and if she has her ult during that turn, that's not gonna be good. So in this case, I did kind of get screwed a little bit with the RNG. They went ahead and decided to go ahead and hit Liz, which means that's gonna be really bad for building up her recovery, which isn't good, obviously. So the biggest thing to me is just making sure that I apply the corrosion effect with Blue Demon Melly. The corrosion does affect Camila, and then at the same time making sure I get to Goddess Liz's reflect, because when I first did this, honestly the reflect is what helped me get it done, because she was doing so much damage to herself that I was able to get through it. So with that said, we can go ahead and keep attacking here. I'm gonna go ahead and just combine cards, but honestly in this case it doesn't really matter, because I'm not gonna be attacking anyway, because I'm not trying to get the effects onto her. But I will go ahead and use Goddess Liz right here. Now that does give her 1 buff effect, but that's okay. 1 effect is honestly fine. It's enough to worry about, because I do need to build up Goddess Liz, and it should be good. But as long as I get some more cards for Lily as well, that would be very helpful, because I need to heal up at all times as well. The first time I did this, honestly, I was misclicking a lot, and I'm not exactly entirely sure what it is I did to be able to go ahead and do it, because now it's extremely difficult for me, because I have to make sure I'm not applying buffs to her or anything like that, because I didn't know about it the first time I was doing it, obviously. And of course she went for Goddess Liz. Of course she did, man. Lots of bad luck. Lots of bad luck. Like, I could have used my reflect right there and we would have been good, but it's okay. I should be able to have my reflect up before she gets her ult, which is good. Or maybe not. No, maybe she is going to be able to go ahead and attack it first, which sucks because I don't have the reflect up yet. When I do have that up, man, she does so much to herself, but without the buffs, as you can see, that she doesn't do too much, so it's not too bad. Honestly, it's just the bad RNG that I've been getting here. Like, also, I would love to go ahead and get some more Blue Demon Melly cards that apply corrosion, but they're not giving me any, of course, so that's fine. It's a little bit slow and it's a little bit difficult. Honestly, I don't recommend grinding this normally this way, but I thought it was quite fun that I went ahead and did it solo the first time, and it's not too difficult. On extreme, you could definitely do the same thing. I feel like if you have a higher CC, or if you bring someone that actually removes the buffs, but because I don't have too many units like that, I went ahead and did this method instead. But alright, let's go ahead and see. Now, she's not close to her ult yet, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to actually indeed attack her here. because that means I only have to withstand 1 round of it. Actually, maybe what I should have went ahead and did was attack only once. That way she only has another buff, and then go ahead and attack all the other times on the next one. But honestly, it's okay. Because with the attack related stats anyway, I'm not doing too much damage, so maybe I should have went ahead and waited. But I think it'll be completely fine nonetheless, because the more damage she's doing to the reflect too, as long as I can survive it, which hopefully, here's hoping. Yeah, there we go. Lots of damage being output on herself, which is good. Very good. I did get the revive off. There we go. That's the damage I was looking for. Now we'll go ahead and apply this as well. And I'll, you know, while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and heal again just in case. So now I apply the corrosion effect on her. Now we don't have the reflect anymore, which obviously is very bad, but I'll apply some corrosion on her. Now she does have the recovery in effect, so that's kind of bad too. But the corrosion should hopefully nullify that. There we go. The reflect is gone. I do need to hit her one more time to get rid of her effect though, because you can see she does so much damage right there, man. Man, why couldn't I have gotten a recovery card? Because now I am a little weak there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and attack, and then I'm going to move this card over to here. So let's go ahead and do this. We're going to apply the corrosion effect while also at the same time getting rid of her buffs. Might lose 1 here, but it should be okay. There we go. That's 66,000. Not too much with the attack weaken. If I didn't have the attack weaken, it would have been okay. But she doesn't have any buffs here, so even though Blue Demon Melly might die, or no, actually Lilia died, but I still think I'm going to end up losing Blue Demon Melly here. It depends, we'll see. Can I get another corrosion card though? That would be great. I also have Escanor here now, so there's that. I'm getting a lot of Liz cards too. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do then is I'm going to apply this, and then also at the same time, I'm going to focus on using Escanor's cards because he doesn't have the attack weakening right now. So that's probably going to be my best bet, and there we go. I was able to go ahead and pretty much do it solo. There we go. So that was a kind of a little bit of a mess overall there. I did lose Lilia. I could have done things better, but honestly, I was getting screwed a little bit with RNG. She went ahead and took on Goddess Liz earlier. If she wouldn't have taken away her reflect sooner, I wouldn't have lost Lilia, I feel like. But as you can see, this is doable solo. It is very difficult, and honestly, like, it's not a practical way of grinding this mission. This was more of just a fun thing that I wanted to do. I might have a video coming out on how to do it on Extreme, but I feel like that's not really necessary if I'm already making this video. But Extreme is definitely a lot easier if you take someone with you. You just attack every single time so you can get rid of the buffs, and then you pretty much just do what I did, where you just, except for you keep attacking to get rid of the buffs. But in my case, I couldn't really do that too often because I only had 3 options to attack. But in your case, you could definitely go ahead and get around that, especially if you do it, like I said, on Extreme, take a partner with you. But I wanted to do this because I think that this is more fun, and honestly, I'm kind of proud of myself because my CC is not too high. My team options weren't too prevalent to go ahead and bring. Like, I couldn't bring a lot of buffers. Like I said, Matrona would have been one I could maybe have brought, but I definitely think that that was quite good for what it was, especially with the RNG I was getting with the attack related stats being decreased as well. Melly did quite a lot of damage still there. So yeah, that takes care of it. I hope y'all enjoyed this. It was very fun to go ahead and do this video for you guys, and yeah, I will see you all in the next video.